Young and the Restless. Spoilers, Thurdays. Fall the 28th of August, 2026. Welcome back to the channel, besties. Today is Wednesday, an absolutely beautiful day to dive headfirst into the absolute madness that is Genoa City. We are serving up all the piping hot drama, and let me tell you, the tea is scalding today. Grab your iced coffees, lock your doors, and strap in, because we have so much to unpack, and we are going to spiral together. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing immediately. I am literally shaking and filming this while running errands because I just had to jump on here and vent. We need to talk about this now. Like, my soul has actually left my body and is currently floating somewhere in the upper stratosphere above the Jabot boardroom. I am personally offended, totally unwell, and genuinely hyperventilating over the sheer audacity of these people today. They are officially on my do not perceive list, but also, I am entirely obsessed, and this situation is now my entire personality. I am physically vibrating from the sheer cinematic mayhem we just witnessed, and if I do not get this out of my system, I am straight up going to combust right here in the parking lot. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step because my brain is actively short-circuiting. Let's start with Lily Winters because bestie, be for real right now. Lily is playing so dirty, and honestly, I am kind of living for the ruthless corporate villain arc. But also, Jack Abbott needs to run for his actual life. Lily is straight up marching into Jack's orbit, acting like she just wants innocent advice, but we all know she is a corporate assassin in a designer suit. I was mid-skincare and smeared charcoal mask all over the rug when I realized exactly what she was doing. She is manipulating Jack. She is weaponizing his exhaustion and his history, and I am screaming at my screen. Oh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but my brain is mush. Remember how Billy Abbott has been spiraling into this completely unhinged delusion that Jabot legally owns Chancellor Industries because of some ancient, dusty, unpaid loan from John Abbott to Philip Chancellor? Billy is literally acting like the absolute king of the world, bragging to Audra Charles, stressing out Sally Spectra, and basically painting a massive, glowing neon target on his own back. Billy is straight up delusional if he thinks the Winters family is just going to roll over. Lily is genuinely not having it. She is ready to burn the entire city down to the ground to protect Catherine Chancellor's legacy, and she does not care who gets caught in the crossfire. So Lily goes to Jack, right? Jack, who has explicitly and repeatedly said he wants zero part in this messy, toxic sibling warfare. Jack is so exhausted, you guys. The man was literally kidnapped and stabbed by Patty Williams not that long ago. His wife, Diane, was held hostage in a padded room by a fake psychiatrist. Jack just wants to rest and drink his coffee in peace. But Lily? Zero chill. Absolutely no chill whatsoever. She previously offered to pay off the loan with interest to wipe the slate clean, which is honestly so unhinged and a massive power move, and now she is back, batting her eyelashes and asking for advice. Did I say that yet? Ugh, my brain is mush. Moving on, Jack is so incredibly vulnerable right now. He respects Lily. She is a legacy family friend. But Billy is his brother. Jack is genuinely terrified that if he sides with Lily, Billy will completely cut him out of his life forever. Billy has a history of throwing massive temper tantrums and burning bridges, and Jack is trying to hold his fractured family together. And Lily knows this. She absolutely knows this. She is weaponizing Jack's trauma and his deep-seated fear of losing his brother to get him to betray Billy. It is a high-octane psychological masterpiece of manipulation, and I am here for it. But I am also terrified for Jack. Wait, I'm glitching. Is that a weird buzzing noise in the background? Sorry, the fluorescent lights in this store are literally humming at a frequency that is giving me a migraine. Or maybe it's just the stress of this storyline. Anyway, back to the main event. Lily playing sweet and innocent is so incredibly dangerous. She is trying to blur the lines, making Jack think he is just helping a dear friend navigate a tricky business dilemma. But she is slowly and methodically pulling him into a corporate bloodbath. If Jack caves and helps her keep Chancellor, Billy is going to go nuclear. I am manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update, because Billy's villain arc is going to be astronomical when he finds out Lily used his own brother against him. And speaking of the Abbott family, we desperately need to pivot and talk about Diane Jenkins Abbott, because send help, her spidey senses are tingling, and she is about to uncover the most disgusting, messy, chaotic tea of the century. Diane is highly suspicious of Kyle Abbott's new plans, and honestly, She has every single right to be paranoid. Kyle has been acting so erratic lately, trauma bonding all over the place, and now he is making these massive business moves that make zero sense to anyone with half a working brain. I am literally clutching my chest because Diane is onto him. Kyle just inked this massive Newman Jabot deal with Victoria Newman. Yes, Victoria Newman. Diane is looking at this deal like it is written in ancient, cursed alien hieroglyphics. Because since when do the Abbotts and the Newmans play nice without someone getting kidnapped, blackmailed, or thrown into a volcano? Diane trusts the Newman family about as far as she can throw Victor's mustache. She knows there is something sinister and weird bubbling under the surface. And honestly, she is so right to be deeply suspicious of anything Victoria touches. And don't even get me started on the vibes, because the vibes between Kyle and Victoria are absolutely putrid in the best, most dramatic, soap opera way possible. Bestie, they are hooking up. Kyle and Victoria are literally swapping spit in Jack's Jabot office. I am physically vibrating from the grossness and the sheer, unadulterated drama of it all. Kyle is Victoria's daughter's ex-boyfriend. He was married to Victoria's niece, Summer. The family tree is a wreath, and Kyle is just climbing all over it like a feral raccoon. It is giving major, I cannot even energy, and I am spiraling over their choices. Diane is a very perceptive woman. She might have been locked in a padded room by Dr. Markham recently, and she might have a history of faking her own death, but her mind is sharp as a tack. When Kyle starts talking about Victoria, Diane is going to sense that weird, taboo, forbidden tension. You know that specific, breathy tone of voice a guy gets when he is doing something he absolutely shouldn't be doing? Kyle has it. He is radiating guilt and lust, and Diane is going to pick up on the fact that this isn't just a corporate merger, this is a horizontal merger. I am literally screaming into a pillow right now just thinking about the fallout. Honestly, I was looking at Diane's outfit in that scene and thinking, wow, emerald green is really her color. It really brings out the fierce paranoia in her eyes, and the tailoring was just impeccable. Wait, what was I saying? Oh right, the absolute mess of it all. If Diane figures out that Kyle is sleeping with Victoria Newman, the literal ice queen of Genoa City, she is going to lose her absolute mind. The stakes are astronomical. Victor is going to have a massive heart attack. Claire is going to need intensive therapy for the rest of her natural life, and Diane is going to go on a warpath that will make Patty Williams look like a saint. Okay, take a deep breath with me. Inhale, exhale, let your heart rate drop for a millisecond. Because we need to pivot to the Newman family, and I am genuinely crying real salty tears over this next part. Nick Newman, our broken, flawed, gorgeous, tragic Nick Newman. He is currently in rehab, and you guys, Victor Newman actually went to visit him. I know, Victor actually doing something parental that doesn't involve hostile takeovers, hiring goons, or manipulating someone's medical records. I am shook to my absolute core. The earth has tilted off its axis. Backtrack for a second, because we absolutely cannot forget the absolute hell Nick has been through over the last few weeks. The man checked himself out of rehab against medical advice, hit absolute rock bottom, had a literal fentanyl nightmare where he hallucinated Matt Clark taunting him, and then ended up doing drugs in a dingy, disgusting motel with a random woman named Marie Kirkland. It was giving major tragedy, and I was so unwell watching it. I literally had to pause the screen and walk away because it was too much. But now, thankfully, miraculously, he is back in the facility, doing jigsaw puzzles and trying to piece his shattered life back together. So Victor shows up at the rehab center. And I was fully expecting Victor to start yelling, calling him a disgrace, or making this all about the Newman legacy, because let's be real, Victor's track record with emotional support is straight up garbage. He usually just barks orders and expects his kids to fall in line. But instead, we get this incredibly rare, genuinely touching, soft moment. Nick actually lets his walls down. He accepts the visit. He doesn't push his father away in a fit of rage. I am literally hyperventilating right now because this is so huge for their dynamic. Nick straight up opens up to Victor about his lifelong struggle with painkillers. He doesn't sugarcoat it. He doesn't blame Matt Clark or Adam or the stress of the family business in this specific moment. He just owns his addiction. He talks about the daily, agonizing, bone-crushing battle to stay clean, the physical and mental toll it takes on him every single second of the day. It is a raw, unfiltered confession, and it is honestly a psychological masterpiece of television. I was clutching my chest, besties, because my heart was physically breaking for him. He is so broken, but he is trying so hard. And Victor. Victor actually listens. He doesn't interrupt. He doesn't immediately try to fix it with money or threats, or a team of expensive lawyers. For once in his billionaire, control-freak life, Victor is just a father sitting with his hurting, vulnerable son. It's giving major emotional growth, which is honestly so unhinged for Victor Newman. I'm calling it right now. This bonding moment is going to change their dynamic forever. Or, at the very least, until Victor does something incredibly toxic next week, because we all know he genuinely cannot help himself. It is just so wild to me how we have these two massive, polar opposite extremes happening at the exact same time in this universe. On one side of Genoa City, Lily is playing dirty corporate games, manipulating Jack with her sweet-talking venom, while Kyle is making the most disgusting, boundary-crossing, taboo romantic choices with Victoria. It is pure, chaotic, messy soap opera trash in the absolute best way possible. We are eating it up. And then, on the exact other side of town, we have this deeply profound, tear-jerking, Emmy-worthy father-son moment between Nick and Victor in a sterile rehab center. The duality of this show is literally sending me into orbit. I cannot even begin to process how all of this is going to explode in the coming weeks. When Billy finally finds out that Lily is using his own brother Jack to steal Chancellor out from under him, nuclear, the fallout will be catastrophic. When Diane inevitably catches Kyle and Victoria in a compromising position or pieces together the truth behind this Newman-Jabot deal, astronomical dumpster fire. And when Matt Clark inevitably slithers back out of the woodwork to ruin Nick's fragile recovery, I will actually riot in the streets. My grip on reality is slipping, besties. This show is my entire life now. This specific betrayal has personally attacked my soul, and I am not okay. I need to go lie down on the floor and stare at the ceiling for 3 hours to process this trauma. I'll see you in the next update, assuming my soul actually returns to my body and I survive this week's episodes.